Jimmy Choo, Givenchy, Boss, All Saints, Fendi, Coach. The list of amazing brands just goes on and on and on.
This is Bicester Village, the siren call for luxury outlet shoppers in Britain. For 30 years, is hurtling towards these pricey stores wise, particularly when it's this wet. Yet my wife has insisted on this day trip, so with a wry smile, let's see what it's really like.
I hate shopping, no question about it. Clothes shopping, any form of shopping except food shopping, which I do enjoy, is something I rather like to leave on the side. We've had a pretty good get to know you walk around Bicester Village, and all my promises are already out of the window. I wasn't the one supposed to buy anything, but I've already spent over £110 at Levi's for 2 shorts, which will be perfect. There's no question about it. A brand new belt necessary for holding them up. Some undies, let's not go into that. And a glorious t-shirt, which will certainly make an appearance on Travel in the Nose soon. It all came to around about £117. And to be honest, looking at the price tags, they say that the recommended prices would come to about 220. So theoretically, I'm saving a lot of money. Tell me I am, aren't I? And then my wife, extraordinarily kindly, bought me a pair of Swiss branded shoes, you know, the ones with 2 letters that bounce up and down. I'm not quite sure what they're actually called, but that was also a significant saving, down from £150 to 90. So I'm delighted. And now it would really be very unfair of me not to support my wife in her efforts as she visits some of these branded shops. So Bicester Village, perhaps it's not such a bad idea after all for shopping. It's not that far from London, and I hope that I'm saving far more than I spent on petrol. The parking is free. You don't have to buy a London Underground ticket into the centre of London. To be fair, there's quite a lot speaking in favour of this shopping extravaganza. And now we've decided to have this little break at La Durée Coffee. It's pretty windy outside, it's a little bit wet, yet it is fun. And I think it's particularly interesting that this brand, La Durée, where we've got 2 Americanos and a couple of macaroons, 1 pistachio, 1 very exotic black tea with citrus, all of that came to £12.80. And I think, again, at a place like this, it's fair enough. It is a luxury brand. And La Durée is a famous French brand for coffee and also macaroons. But you see it absolutely everywhere in the Middle East. Every shopping mall, whether you're in Kuwait, Dubai, Abu Dhabi or Qatar. So I think it's very appropriate that you find it here. It's not a brand you see in every high street. But when you consider how many people come from the Middle East, India, China and beyond to actually participate in this shopping feast, you can understand why these brands are here. Unfortunately, the weather's not proving too good on this shopping trip to Bicester. Neither my wife nor I have come prepared and have only got t-shirts. But never mind. I didn't really want to eat in any of the restaurants at Bicester Village, so we decided to come into town. Not a huge choice, but there's quite a few Asian restaurants. I wonder if that's related to the large number of visitors that we get from Asia at Bicester Village. And we've decided to eat at a very small little restaurant that looks pleasant enough. And I think we'll try a bento box or something like that. Such a nice feeling in this small and little restaurant. It's Asian food, mainly Japanese food, but the couple that run it come from Myanmar. The welcome is just lovely. Such nice people giving us a warm welcome and explaining that their customers are a mix of locals, but also quite a few people who actually visit Bicester Village and then come here. After all, it's only around about 400 meters away, and I'd rather try a small local business and contribute to that rather than the large chains. Now, of course, the test is going to be in the taste here, so we'll have to see what that's like. My wife also decided to order a nice peppermint tea whilst I was filming outside, and I love a little pot, simple but really nice. And the peppermint tea itself is great, really good, very refreshing. So here they are, the prawn tempura. I'm going first and then my wife afterwards. She's already a little frustrated about how long all the filming setup takes, but she will enjoy these, I hope. So I'm already digging into my second tempura, nice vinegar sauce. And obviously I've been setting up the camera, but still, they're nice and hot. That's a lovely light, crisp batter and a nice, meaty, tasty prawn inside. It's a good tempura. Now, the advantage of going out shopping with your wife is often something that escapes me. But today, I definitely know the benefit. I can try her food before she gets to it. Very naughty, but that's what I'm going to do. These prawn noodles, they look like they're in a nice amount of soy sauce. And I won't take too much. And I'm only going to take one prawn so she doesn't get too upset. Behind the camera, already looking pretty cross. Again, very good. Nice meaty prawn. Nice noodles. Lots of soy sauce. A bit of ginger and sesame. A very decent lunchtime option. Now, I'd love to do a show from Japan where we talk about the history of bento boxes. But of course, they date back to the late 12th century, 1185, in Japan, and were originally used for carrying food to work. But nowadays, one of the key things about a bento box is having balanced, healthy meals, all beautifully presented in one place. So let's take a look at this bento box. I have a nice salad. I've got some little spring rolls, some boiled rice. I think it looks like a chili sauce for that. And also for my prawns, but I've also got this katsu curry sauce. So I can apply that, I think, liberally to both the rice and also the prawns. This katsu sauce is definitely spicier than what you get in a modern supermarket version or in several of the kind of chain restaurants selling katsu chicken. Nice little salad, a little bit of tomato and cucumber. It's got a really spicy dressing as well, this salad. Woohoo! Lots of little red chilies in there. One of the other lovely things about bento boxes is that they always remind me of being on an aircraft, really. You remember? In the old days when you got little trays with food on and didn't have to pay to buy a biscuit the size of a halfpenny coin. Spring rolls are vegetable spring rolls, really much like other spring rolls, to be honest. These prawns are different to the tempura ones as well. They're breaded and fried rather than in batter. This katsu sauce is very decent.
We are originally from Burma, and nowadays they call Myanmar. We've been open for 2 years. Here is most of customer from the Bicester, the local people, and sometimes you from the Bicester Village. Some people also they come from the Bicester Village as well when they come for shopping.
Yeah.
When they see the review, they come and visit here and they come and eat here, support us. So when I cook and I see when customer happy, and I'm very happy. So I'm very enjoy cooking. Yeah, Myanmar curry is my favorite thing to cook. Yeah. So we do a lot of curry here as well. We do Japanese curry, Myanmar curry.
And you're very pleased that you started this restaurant 2 years ago.
Yes, I'm very pleased, and hopefully in the future I would like to grow more than what I'm expecting here.
Well, I'd like to wish you very much great success.
Thank you.
Now we're outside, it's time to give my summing up about the restaurant. Well, that came to £40 plus an additional 10% service charge, so £44 for the two of us. The prawn tempura £7.50, the fried prawn noodles £14, the katsu bento £15.50, and the tea £3. And there was also complimentary water on the house. I think all in all, that's a fair enough deal, particularly because we could have chosen daily specials, of which there was a very large choice for £9 per person. But we also got talking to some locals who were eating in the restaurant. And I think the best thing about our decision to eat at Light and Salt is, first of all, to meet the couple who own the restaurant and are totally charming, building a really strong business, I think, and also committed to delivering food with love, which I always appreciate, but also a couple of local customers who were pointing out about how Bicester Village, in terms of the shopping emporium, has mixed reviews in the town. Some people think it's also taking away from the high street and that some shops are closing down because of it. And they also urged that people come into town and try one of the restaurants in the centre of town. After all, it's only literally about 400 metres from Bicester Village. And there's a choice of restaurants, not just this one, but there's a very good Japanese restaurant and also an excellent Turkish Mediterranean restaurant and some other Asian restaurants. So it's definitely worth strolling up the street and just seeing what's on offer, making a positive contribution into the community of Bicester and beyond the confines of Bicester Village. That's the message from town. Back from lunch now, and I've got the feeling it's time to do a little bit more shopping. Just behind me, there's a really pleasant little children's play area as well. Perfect when you're shopping for big items and don't need little ones to disturb you. My wife and I have looked around some of the shops together, left each other a little element of independence to see what we want, and I think both of us have the impression, at the very least, that we've made some good purchases and made savings. How true that is, I don't know, but the hordes of visitors from around the world would suggest that there's an element of truth to this. This is a place which is not without detractors. Locals say that the high street has been damaged by Bicester Village. Whether that's true or not, I'm not sure. After all, they're all luxury retailers, so perhaps in truth, the high street is suffering from the same problems that blight other high streets across the United Kingdom. But if you so choose, you can support both local businesses and the community at the same time as fulfilling and satisfying your shopping cravings. The perfect solution for everyone. I've just been to the public toilets at Bicester Village, and I have to say, they're different gravy, different class. I mean, the soap, it's molten brown, and the basins are made of slabs of marble. Super clean. But I'm not Noel Phillips, as I've said before, so I'm not filming inside any toilet, on an aeroplane, shopping centre, or even the pristine toilets here at Bicester Village. Wow, Humble Crumble is here as well. This is a new sensation in London, selling hot crumbles and custards. And what do people like about the product?
Honestly, they love it because it's just like a warm, nice treat. So people always come and get it, especially on a day like this when it's more like drowsy. People love to come and get a crumble.
And the wasps as well.
Yeah, the wasps love it. They love it too much.
But you can kill them, right? Well, sorry, it's the wrong way of putting it. You have a weapon.
Blowtorches.
Blowtorches.
That usually gets rid of them. Yeah.
Wow, why do you have a blowtorch?
We blowtorch our creme brulees. We can blowtorch our marshmallows. Wasps. Yeah. You meet so many different people here. The customers, I mean, you get some bad ones, but most of them are really lovely. They always want to speak to you. And it's quite fun to work here.
And what about nationalities? Because it's really international, isn't it? It brings a lot of money to the UK economy.
There's lots of Arabic people. That's probably the most popular group of people. It used to be a lot of more Chinese people, but now it's lots of Arabic people, which is quite fun. Yeah. They all love to try a crumble, which I don't blame them. But yeah, it's quite nice seeing everyone, lots of different faces.
Would you say all the shops give truly great value for money?
Yeah, I'd say so. Especially, most of the shops do. They've always got good discounts as well, so that's always a plus. And yeah, I'd say good value, good stuff.
Thank you. Humble Crumble is so popular. We were speaking for 2 minutes and you've now got 10 customers queuing, so I shall leave you in peace.
Oh yes, thank you so much.
Thank you. The area in and around Bicester Village is really attractively landscaped as well. It's almost like a small park. But there are plenty of eating options here as well, from upmarket restaurants like the Farm Shop restaurant and cafe, numerous Italian restaurants, and then rather nice touch like just behind me here, there are kind of all sorts of quaint vehicles selling different types of drinks, savoury goods and sweet goods, and plenty of gelato as well. The shopping centre opened in 1995, so it's 30 years old this year. Interestingly, before, the site had only been a wet field containing 2 old horses that looked ready for the knacker's yard. The concept is kind of based on Disneyland in terms of this being a rather idealised shopping high street, and certainly with the high occupancy rates, I've only seen one unoccupied unit. It does hark back to another era. The average visitor spends 6 hours here, so plenty of time to spend a fair amount of money as well. You know, there's over 6.7 million visitors here every year. That can't be bad for the economy. There are some arguments about exactly where Bicester Village rates in national tourist attractions, but it is accepted that this is the second most significant destination for Chinese tourists visiting the United Kingdom, after only Buckingham Palace. Extraordinary, really. Obviously, this is never going to work for Treemark or value brands of that nature, but it's not just high end, it's definitely mid-range retailers as well. It's a much better day out than I ever imagined and appealing to a broader clientele than I expected. And there are a fair number of Brits here, as well as visitors, certainly from the Middle East, China, India, and beyond. So many people are struggling with the bare necessities of life at the moment. This might not be the top of the list for everyone in terms of a retail therapy. However, some of the luxury brands themselves are suffering right now in terms of selling their full price goods. And most of them have decided that outlets is the key channel that they're going to use to sell stock that they can't otherwise move on. So it's worth considering, isn't it? Anyhow, whatever your perspective, I hope that you've enjoyed this vlog and we'll see you somewhere around the world soon on Travel in the Know with me, Philip Saunders. Goodbye from a very windy, sunny and occasionally rather wet Bicester Village. Bye bye. And before joining in the retail frenzy here, you obviously have to give some consideration as to how to get here. Well, it couldn't be easier. By car, it's around about 1 hour 30 in either direction up the M40 to and from central London. You see, I'm giving concierge advice, and it's equally easy to get here by train as well. Just 15 minutes from Oxford, or between 48 minutes and about an hour and 20 minutes to London Marylebone Station, operated by Chiltern Railways.